Welcome back, everyone. Going into the second half here of episode 104, Court of Swords. Adam, you were doing something nefarious.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so we cut back to the two Loxodon. One pierced and bound by unearthly chains. The other bleached white by his experiences, and they clash. So Tenkenka throws himself at you in a flying headbutt. And I'm going to attack the shit out of you. So
I say that name again.
Tenkenka. It's your dad's name, right? Tenkenka no Ziokel.
Yes. Okay. Good.
That's what I've written down. Abbot Rama. Yeah. So he throws himself towards you with a flying headbutt attack. So he makes his first attack. And he gets an 11. You dodge out of the way. So you describe, yeah. So do you just like slide aside and he like slides past you? Okay. And then he gets a second attack. He stops, spins, and tries to kick you as he goes past.
So these chains aren't affecting his fucking shit at all.
No, he's wrapped up in them, but he's not like locked in place or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
So he spins, he kicks you in the back. You take 8 necrotic damage, and you can see that his fists and his feet are glowing with like this malignant sort of black energy. So he spins around, he kicks you. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? I'm going to spend a key point. And I'm going to
you betcha.
I'm gonna attempt a stunning strike.
Fuck yeah, dude. The reason why it threw me off is because I told you, and I never wrote the fucking name down. That's why it threw me.
Yeah,
I was like, because you've never referred to him as anything but Abbot Rama.
Yeah, but now you're fighting him. You're face to face with your father. So yeah, he spins around, kicks you in the back, and he tries to stun you. But you make the save. You make the save.
I like lean
so you are not
into
stunned.
it, so it's like it doesn't have all of its momentum.
Right.
So
yeah. So you throw yourself back into the blow. Okay. So he uses that momentum. He spins around and he follows up with two quick punches. So he's gonna make a flurry of blows. So that brings him down to another key point. Okay. So 2 more quick unarmed strikes. Here's the first one. An 18.
Hits me.
Okay. So you take another 10, and I'm going to spend another point for a stunning strike.
Okay.
Go ahead and make that con save. Oof, you are stunned. Okay, so that's a stun for you. And then he finishes with one more hit. This is his last one. It's 2 regular and then 2 for the flurry. And this blow. Now that he's gonna keep fighting you. So he takes one more swing.
Okay.
And this is with advantage. It's an 18 for another 9 necrotic damage. All right, there you go. So yeah, you hit the spin, the kick you block with your back. It still hurts, but it doesn't stun you. You turn and then you fast punch. And I think this is a like his fighting style is different than yours, right? You're like weaving and dodging. He has this very aggressive, like pressure point style where he's not even like really punching, but he's hitting you in like specific locations. So he leans over and he sweeps aside a counter punch and hits you in the jaw, like where your jaw and your ear meet, and just thunk, and you like your body seizes up and you start like choking and like you freeze up. And then he chops you in the neck for the second attack. So Berg, you hear behind you. You can almost not bear to look because the shadow creature, the shadow Maharib, is attacking you. And then behind him, you can hear these 2 elephants fucking karate fighting. It is your turn. Your frightened condition will end at the end of this turn. What are you going to do?
It's a good goddamn question.
Yeah.
So these chains, they're still connected to him. He's just moving with them on him.
Yeah, they're like rattling around on the floor and like moving. And the monks are like wailing essentially. Their prayers are you can hear like fear in their voices, and they're trying to keep their shit together.
Did the chain even look like I did anything to it, or is this some,
yes?
like...
Oh yeah. It's all battered. Yeah, you figure one more good swing will do it.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay, you have disadvantage.
Right.
because you're scared. Okay, so the first swing bounces off the chain to no effect. Oh, no. So you're the fear has you paralyzed, but you shake it off at the end of this turn.
I would like
You
as
have
a bonus
you
action
have a bonus.
to do my
Yeah, you have a
Zealous
bonus
Presence.
action still.
Battle cry infuses divine energy. The 10 of the creatures of your choice within 60 feet. Gain advantage on attack rolls, saving throws until the start of your next turn. We'll do that.
Man, I could use that.
Okay.
I know. I forgot I had it.
Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing. You let out the zealous shout, and in here we hear Berg shouting with his zealous rage. In the shadow dimension, Maharib, the building shakes.
I picked the wrong thing.
And it shakes, and chunks of the wall, like the mirrors, rattle, and you can hear Berg's voice, but you hear Berg as a quiet note in a symphony of divine noise.
Sure.
This place does not respond well to it. And that is your bonus action. So that's the end of your turn, Berg. You free yourself at the end of your shout from your fear. The Shadow Maharib behind you continues its onslaught. It recharges its AoE.
Jesus Christ.
So
Berg might go down.
I think
might go
that
down.
Tankin Ka is too close now. Oh, but it doesn't care about hurting him. Yeah, no, it's gonna use it on everybody. Okay, so saving throws, dexterity saving throws, everybody. Evasion. I don't know if evasion still applies when you're stunned. If you can check that.
Let's see.
I would assume
When you
it
are
doesn't.
subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage.
Okay, yep. All right, so here's the damage roll. It's 28. The saving throw difficulty is 15, I think.
Basically,
sure it's not
everyone
14?
has to hit this.
It's 16. It's 16.
Good luck.
You sure it's
thank
not
God.
14?
Thank God,
sure.
Ramus is.
Oh, I gotta
Oh,
make.
here it is.
I gotta make my own.
Stunned. The creature automatically fails strength and
There
dexterity
it is.
saving throws.
Okay.
Yoda's going down.
So that's
Okay,
not even disadvantage. It automatically fucking
Yes.
fails. So I can't even use
Abbott-
anything to fuck.
Abirama takes 14. Okay. All right. So anybody down? I think everybody's just real weak. It's 28.
How much?
28 damage to 28 to Berg. 28 to Berg, and then 14 to Ramus. And then and then you take the 28 because you can't
Automatically fail. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm at 0.
Okay. All right.
At 0, but yeah.
I go down, but I mean, I'm obviously going to come back up in one of the ways, either racial or through the.
Yeah, if you use your race one, you get your free attack. Do you want to use it? You've got someone in. You got someone in range.
I mean, the chain. I've got the chain. Yeah, let's do the race one and come back and do an attack on the chain.
Oh, automatically
Sure.
fails the dexterity saving throw. Evasion
But-
does come into play? I would still take 14 and still be
Yeah.
down. I'm just saying,
Yes.
like, even an automatic fail, evasion does come into play. But doesn't
Evasion
matter.
still happens. Yes. Yeah.
I feel so bad not attacking like a thing. I really hope this chain.
Okay,
thing
so
actually does something.
Berg gets knocked. You would get knocked down, but you're going to use your orcish special to allow you to go down to 1 hit point instead.
Yep.
And then you get a free attack. Okay. And this was against the chain.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The chain snaps. And there is a rumble in both worlds. There is a rippling, and if you weren't unconscious, you would notice. And Tankin Ka knows this. Abbot Rama, he looks up, scowling in fear as water like drips from the ceiling. It begins to rain from the puddle, that pool above the inverse fountain. And Tankin Ka, when he looks up, he needs to make a save. Okay. Okay, he makes it. All right. So he looks up and then he realizes what he's doing and instinctively looks away. And actually he doesn't. He cut his eyes out. So wouldn't have to make the save. But we see him look up and then even instinctively his training, like he looks away. And that's your turn, Shadow Horror. So Ramus, it is your turn.
All right.
One of the 5 chains has been broken.
All right, I shout, "Get back up and kick your father's ass!" And I heal everyone. I heal Berg, me, and him for 21.
Nice. All right, cool. So
I just imagine Ramus's healing is like the worst tasting Robitussin. Sure, you feel better, but it's not great.
It's probably true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Yota, you are conscious, but you are prone and stunned still. Okay. Anything else, Ramus?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Maharib.
Describe to me this mirror in front of me, Adam, that's glowing.
So there are several mirrors. You are looking down a hallway, and imagine that someone has set up like 3 or 4 inch across spotlights, and they are set up on the ceiling and in the corners, and they're all pointing directly at you. So you can't see anything but like light. Now, you can move towards it. There's nothing physically blocking you. But yeah, there's light. They're blasting down this hallway.
From mirrors, or can I not tell that?
They're in the shape of like hexagons, and you saw those mirrors when you walked in, and you're smart enough to make the correlation between the two.
All right, I'm gonna run full speed hopefully through the closest source of light.
Yeah, I mean, you just run forward. So you're traveling ahead of you 60 feet. Right?
Yeah,
you're doing a full move. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you do that. You move down the hallway. The sounds of the shrieking of the shadow creatures and everything is like fading behind you as you move away from it. The demons in the other room continue to frenzy, now having nothing to consume. They are clamoring at the edges of the pool, kind of staring over its edge. They've like climbed up onto the ceiling and it's like a hive of insects that has become aggravated. Yota, you are stunned.
Mm-hmm. But I can do.
Let me.
Well, I mean,
you're incapacitated. So you can't do anything. Can't move. Can't. You can mumble. But you lose this turn. Because incapacitated means you can't take.
But hold on one second.
You can't take actions or reactions.
Right. I'm just wondering if going unconscious and then coming back to consciousness negates stun.
It does not. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it lasts through you being knocked down. Totally.
Cool.
Okay. So at the end of Abbot Rama's at the end of this turn, you'll unstunned.
That's why it's such a good fucking ability.
Unless he stuns you again. Yep. Okay, so he's gonna punch you, takes a swing, and gets advantage. Hits you for 13.
Mm-hmm.
Make the stun save.
Okay.
So he's trying to layer on another stun. Okay, so he does. And then a second attack for 11.
I'm out.
Okay. So he snarls and he's like, "Stay down!" And when he hits you, you stagger back. The second blow, this one again, like a pressure point strike, just strikes you in the chest, and your heart just stops, like just, and you drop to the floor. And
that's what happens when the other person makes all their saves and I don't. Fucking bullshit. Yep. That's what was supposed to happen on his end, not mine.
His hands crackling with necrotic energy, he turns and with hollow eyes stares at Ramus, as if to say, "You're next." Now he can't move towards you, Ramus, so his turn is done. Berg, it is your turn.
So the chain broke.
Yes.
What was the exact effect that it had?
So in this world, nothing. You look and you see Yota fall. You see his father, and there's rain falling from the ceiling. I guess that's the effect. Maybe if you put the two together, you don't know.
I don't know what to do. Keep going
Kill
for
it.
chains while just keep constantly getting down by this guy here. It's such a bad way.
If we
Or
kill
go
it,
for his father.
Mahari might come back. We don't know, but might.
But if I kill the thing in front of me,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just deal with the thing in front of me. If I run, it's just gonna incur another attack, which will almost certainly knock me down. Maybe. Trying to think of any. How many chains are there? It's probably like what, 3 more?
Just 5.
4, 5.
Four more.
Shit, never
Yep.
mind. Screw that. That's not effective. I was hoping that would just have more effect. All right, I'll go after Shadow Maharib in front of me.
Okay. Yep, that's a hit.
Nice.
9,
And then it'll be the 1d6
12.
radiant. 6, 5.
Okay, the radiant damage is just shredding this thing. Like the physical hits aren't doing much, but the glow, that comet trail, is just evaporating this thing as you
I'm
tear your
actually
weapon through.
I'm gonna double or roll that again. Right? Can I do that?
You want to roll
Roll
another one of your damage dice? Yeah. So you're rolling another d6 of radiant.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Same thing, like run 1d6 plus 5, right?
No, it's just a d6.
Just regular d6 straight up. Okay.
Yeah, just a regular d6. Okay. All right, and then you get another attack.
Another attack. Fuck.
Oof, shit. You miss.
That sucks.
That does suck. I agree. Okay. All right. It is the Shadow Horror's turn. Roll that d6. Let's see if the AoE recharges. It does not. Okay. So instead, it turns its blade. It turns its blade on you, Berg. It's two claw attacks. So here's the first one with the sword. It gets a 17. So you block. You block the first swing. And the second sword attack, same thing. No hits.
Nice.
So yeah, you're just you're parrying the shadow creature with your hammer of light, and you hold it back. All right, Ramus, it is your turn.
Bird the Undying.
I say to Yota's father, I've watched you and your fat, arrogant ass for all those years, and this is something I always wanted to do to you. And I cast Banish at 5th level to banish the demon and his father at the same time.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah. They both have to make DC 18 charisma saves.
Okay. All right. So what's great is, like his son, Father Kel, Papa Kel's charisma sucks ass. He gets an 11.
Oh, wait a minute.
And the shadow horror gets a 12. You banish the both of them.
Fucking hell.
Okay. All right. So they are banished to the land of wind and ghosts. So the horror is banished back to where it came from. And I need Maharib, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, all right, you fail, which means you are subject to the same effect, and you are dumped back in to the corporeal realm. So you feel like you're moving through the hallway, this hallway of light, and then you feel as though someone has harpooned you and drags you backwards through through the portal, and you are dumped back into the real world. Cool. All right, and the Abbot Rama vanishes to, what is the wording? A harmless demiplane?
Harmless demiplane for 1 minute. If
For up to a minute.
If it's not native to the realm it's being banished to, yeah.
Okay.
Now let's leave forever.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Ramus?
That's it for now.
Okay. All right. Maharib, you find yourself in a room with no enemies to fight. Yota is lying. Yota is like lying, dying on the floor.
Well, Oh, so I got put back in the room.
Yes.
I took the place where the creature was, and he took my place.
Yeah. You pop in where like Berg is like getting ready to smash your face in, and then realizes it's you, and it's like, oh god.
What would be the first reaction then?
Yes. Also, your shield is in the shadow realm.
It's fine. It's nothing special. I just like do a quick spin around the room, and I think I see like Berg with his weapon drawn towards me, and I see Ramus. Is that a concentration spell? Are you having to concentrate on that, Ramus?
Yes. You see me do what I normally do. It's like muttering slowly under my breath as I'm concentrating.
Okay, and
But I can still talk to you and stuff.
Yoda's on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Unconscious?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I do a quick like survey of the room, look straight at Ramus. What happened? I was up there, I think.
I will explain after I think I figured out what's happening. Break the chains. Berg had the right idea.
All right. And I walk towards the nearest chain and start slashing at it.
Okay.
Would a flail be better at the chain, breaking the chain, than a sword? Or does it matter?
They're about the same, I think.
All right. Yeah, so do you want me to make attacks?
So as you approach the chain on your turn, the monk that was like over here by the one that Berg broke is screaming at you. No, stop! What are you doing? Stop!
I like draw the sword back as if I'm like batting. And I look at him and say, "For what reason?"
You'll break the barrier. The prayers are all that's holding it at bay.
I like rest the sword. Ramus?
You might be right.
Well, what am I doing, Ramus? Am I breaking the chain?
I don't know. You trust the man. It's up to you.
What are you doing, Ramus? What are these words you're chanting?
I'm keeping Papa in his little timeout cell.
Right? I can imagine. So I imagine that when you cast banishment, it's Ramus's subconscious that creates the prison in which these people are put. So like there was probably a place where the naughty orphans were put when they were bad as kids to like think about what they'd done, the little like bad kid closet, and that's where you've like jammed him, right? Like he's stuck in an alternate dimension, like in a closet, and he's dressed like a little orphan. He's just like, let me out. And like you can hear people laughing outside, and like it's all hot and terrible.
Point of order, I am rolling death saves, I'm guessing, until something happens.
I got you, boo. Don't worry.
He can get you up in a spell, though, 100%. Mine rolls at a -1, so.
Oh, I know. He has bonus actions that he can do. I'm just reminding him to do one at some point.
Yeah.
I think I like wind up the sword again and look at the priest and say, "You have 5 of these. We'll see if your words hold true." And I just like strike at the chain.
And he just starts like pulling at his robes and screaming, and he gets up, but he can't. He doesn't know how to get out of the room, so he's like touching the wall and just like screaming and like running for the exit, basically, like just trying to get away.
Great.
You can attack the chain, sure.
Right into a wall, just
6, 15 damage.
Okay.
20 still hits. 16 damage.
All right, a second chain snaps. So you break the chain, and when you do, it's as if a spell is broken on the monk, who she slumps to one side as if suddenly like a puppet with its strings cut. She slumps to one side and like is trying to take stock of the situation. She can hear that the prayer only contains 3 voices now. And she starts to hyperventilate, and she's like, no, what's going on? And like starts panicking. Cool.
Yeah, if we're still in combat, then I guess I'm done.
You can't really reach another chain and make another attack. So.
Yeah.
So Yota, it is your turn to make a death save. Okay, you made 1. Berg, what are you going to do?
Say that again. Sorry, I was talking.
It's your turn.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Oh, my turn.
That's all right.
Does no one stabilize Yoda?
No, Yota is lying face down.
I mean,
on the ground, getting rained on. Oh, and actually, the second chain breaking means that streams of water are now pouring down into the room. So it's as if the surface tension of the water has had holes poked in it. So instead of droplets, there are streams of water pouring and like spilling out onto the floor.
So I can stabilize Yoda, or I can keep breaking chains if that's what we're doing.
I'm not sure if we want to keep breaking chains.
Yeah. Seeing that, I tell you, Berg, don't. Something's happening with the ceiling. It's getting weaker.
All right, then Berg will go over and stabilize Yoda, or try to.
Okay. All right. So you run over to Yota. Make a medicine check. Yota, you are no longer stunned.
Okay.
No, you can't stabilize him. I mean, he's suffering like he looks like he's been punched and kicked like gently, but it's internal, right? Like his heart stopped from a 5-finger death punch or whatever, right? So you don't know you wouldn't even know where to begin to fix him. You didn't attack or take damage this turn, right? Let me see the rage running out thing. Let's see. It ends early if you're knocked unconscious, or your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage. Yeah, so that's it. Your rage subsides. Okay. All right. The shadow horror is currently banished to the other dimension. Ramus, it is your turn.
I cast Healing Word on Yota to get him up.
Okay.
Heals for 7.
Yota Zoe, you get 7 hit points.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I point out to everyone exactly where he was standing, so they know that he's going to appear right here when I end the spell.
He's coming back. All right, Maharib, it is your turn. Do you want to run over and?
Do I know that there was a mirror of me in this room, or like a copy or a shadow of me?
Nope. No, you never saw that.
I don't have any reason to worry about going back when this spell ends, I guess. So I'll go and stand where Ramus informed me to stand, and I will hold action to target the first thing near me that's an enemy and attack it.
So you're going to attack the first enemy that appears before you.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So on the Shadow Demon's turn, the water that is pouring down into the room, the water congeals into familiar shapes that you have seen before, Maharib. And a handful of shadow creatures appear. Would you like to take your held action?
Yep. Now, do I get 3 attacks in this or only 1? Because it's my full action. It's 3.
You get your 3 attacks. Yeah, we ruled that holding actions
is your full attack.
You get your full complement for attacks. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. 18.
Yep.
What's the lowest you guys have rolled to hit these things?
I don't think anyone's keeping track. And you're the only one that's fought these things, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. let's take it out for a spin. I'm gonna take a -5 penalty to attack here to get +10 damage
For the next swing? Okay.
for the
yeah,
next
do
swing. 22.
It's only -5. Yeah, 22 is definitely a hit.
So 28 damage.
Okay.
And then the same thing. That's the wrong thing that I just clicked. Sorry. Same thing. Oh,
It's
that's
okay.
also a hit. So 24
yep.
damage.
Okay, that's enough to dissipate it. So
Is there another one
this,
in range?
In this world, no. No, the other ones are 10 and 15 feet away from you. In this world, these things seem to be more fragile. You're able to cut through them more real. You have home turf advantage now.
That's good to hear. Okay. That's my turn. That's my ready action.
So they appear, and then they leap over at you. So one of them attacks Maharib. Makes a claw attack. Hits with a 21, and you take just the first psychic damage. So you take nine psychic damage.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have advantage on these rolls now because again, hometown advantage. So you take 9 psychic damage, and then Berg claw attack, miss. Yeah, you're able to jump out of the way. Okay. Yota, you are prone. You have 7 hit points, and it is your turn. Your father is nowhere to be seen, and there is water pouring down from above.
So I kind of like sit up. I see Maharib is back. Where's my father?
Okay,
everybody's fighting these.
What is happening?
Everybody's fighting weird shadow creatures.
Okay. I see that 2 chains are broken.
Aw, 2 chains.
Aw. Wait, is he dead?
I mean, you said he's broken. He's still alive.
Broken.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Poor titty boy.
No, I stared directly at Ramus, expecting an answer like, what happened? Where's my father?
He'll be back soon. Kill these shadow things first.
Very well. So I attack, I'm guessing the one that's on Berg is the closest one?
Yeah. It's already, you're already adjacent to it.
Can I... Because I want to move in between them, so they're both... Like, I want to move, like, right there. Like, ooh.
Yeah, you can...
He still has enough movement.
Yes,
to go
you can
around
move there.
them now.
Yeah, well, it's... Yeah, or you could... Yeah, exactly. You could go all the way around because you're fast. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. So you just, like, tumble and roll and move around there.
Yep. So I will just, attack the one that's on Bird.
Okay.
Give him the old wine teru with a 19. 9 damage.
Okay. And which one? This is the Berg one you're fighting?
Yes. And then let's see. I will. Yeah, I'll use my second attack.
Okay.
14.
A 14 is sufficient. Yes.
Okay. 6 more. And then we'll take a bonus flurry of blows. 15 for 9. And 27 for 10.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you are laying into the thing.
Perfect. And then I will take my tipsy sway and boop.
Okay.
Roll back.
All right. Dad is still in the naughty corner. Berg, it's your turn.
Or drunken technique. That's what I meant.
Yes.
All things considered, this is going pretty good. Not too bad now.
Says the guy who's nearly impossible to kill.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Who were you attacking just now? Was it this guy?
Yeah. No, this one, the one near you.
Oh, okay.
So you can just carry on.
Then I will fly into a rage.
Yeah. Rage.
And then I will attack him.
Okay. So you flip out. Sorry, that's the fear one. I gotta give you your big muscles. And rage. We'll add that in there. All right. So you fly into a terrible rage, and you take a swing and you deal 10, 13 bludgeoning, and then another 4, another 13, which is 26. You kill it.
Yeah.
You dissipate the thing. You smash it with your hand, and it evaporates.
So then I'll continue the momentum and swing it back around and go for the other shadow beast.
Okay. So it's a hit for 6, 7, 8, 9 bludgeoning and 16 radiant. Excellent. Okay. Cool. And that's your turn, Ray. All right. Ramus, it's your turn.
All right. I will summon a spiritual weapon next to the one left.
Okay.
And take a swing.
Yeah, go ahead.
For 6 force damage.
Okay.
And then I will toll the dead on it.
Okay.
Let's make a DC.
So where did
18.
you? We'll just use this little ball as your spiritual weapon. Where did you want it to be?
Just
there.
anywhere next to it. Fine.
Here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it appears, hits it for 6 force damage.
Yep.
And then you want to toll the dead.
Save. Yeah.
All right. It fails.
24 necrotic.
The necrotic damage does not seem to affect it.
Okay.
Bong. It heareth not the tolling bell of the dead. Okay. Maharib, it is your turn. That's right. This shadow is toll free.
Oh, Lord. I'll make my attacks. That would have, I'll make that one without the great weapon. It's fine. 14.
Okay.
Second attack with great weapon, so -5 to this. 14, does that hit?
Yes, a 14 does hit.
Nice. 24.
You dispel the shadow creature.
Okay.
It vanishes.
I think when it finishes, I like do a flourish or something with my great sword and turn back to Ramus and say, "What now?"
We wait.
What are the
or we could?
He's definitely coming back.
Leave the room.
Yeah, and you
Let
turn
these
and that
things
monk was like blindly walking along the wall, like finds the door and like runs down the hall. You hear him like trip and stumble as he attempts to flee the room in terror.
I really want to follow him. What did you say, Zeke?
He's definitely coming back here, though.
Yes.
What are they doing here? Are they summoning something, or?
It looks to me, if I had to guess, there are 2 rituals happening. One in this room, one in the other. Your father doesn't like his frail body and is trying to get a better one over there.
He's not possessed or taken hold of by anything. This is his own will doing this. Is that, would you say that's accurate?
I'm not familiar with what's happening, but it looks like he's in the middle of some sort of change and he may not be himself anymore.
While they're having this conversation, Maharib, what are you doing with the rest of your turn? You got to move. You got an attack.
I like at some point in their conversation, I'd look at Ramus. Ramus, how long do we have before he comes back?
About 40 plus seconds.
Give or take.
I'm gonna try to run. So I have 30 movement because I already attacked this round. I'm gonna try to run and see if I can catch up to that monk But if I like get out of the room,
There's
and see
two.
that
So
she's
there's
long
two.
gone-
There's two monks. There's two monks that are broken free. Like there are three monks that are trying to do three of. They're doing a 5-part harmony, and only 3 of them are still singing. One of them is fleeing the room.
Right,
The
but
other
the
one,
other-
The other one is still in the room. She's fallen to her knees, and if her tear ducts still work, she'd be weeping, and she's praying to heaven for forgiveness. She's like, "Oh gods of the Arcana, I'm so sorry. I made a terrible mistake. I should never have listened. I should have stayed in my village." And like she's just like weeping in fear and terror.
Okay.
Gods of the Arcana, though?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. She's
That's
become a recidivist. She's become a recidivist. Nobody is an atheist nobody's an atheist in the trenches, man.
Yeah,
So
no
she's like,
fossil
I've
atheist,
made
yeah.
I've made a horrible mistake, and I'm so sorry. Please, like she knows she's gonna die, and she just wants to like apologize to heaven for the horrible thing that she's done.
Gotcha.
I'm going
Yeah.
over to
She
her.
is what she's what the King of Black Rivers would refer to as a reactionary. So you wanna run over to her?
Yeah, I walk over to her and I just
Okay.
like if she's knelt on the ground like just crying.
She's not even kneeling. She's just kind of like rubber bones, like laying on the floor, like in the fetal position, curled up, weeping and praying for forgiveness.
Okay. Then I'll just like basically grab her by both of her shoulders and like
She screams in surprise and terror because she didn't see you coming.
Yeah.
And you like yank her up off the floor. Yeah.
yeah, and I just need I like point blank ask her like, "What were you doing here?"
She's like, she's not all here, man. You got to do something to like snap her out of it.
I don't want to like hit her. I think I'll just like
Yeah. I mean, what do you do? Like,
I think I'll
shake
just
her,
like
yell at her.
shake her and like squeeze tight on her shoulders.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, and
Hey,
just shout.
make an intimidation check. We'll say DC 15.
I have a -2 to this.
Ooh.
Hey,
Whoa!
double crit though.
So intimidating.
Doesn't fucking matter.
So there's a hierarchy of fear for her, right? Where there's like the distant fear of her inevitable reincarnation as like, you know, a sub creature. There is the current mortal fear of dying, and now there is the immense and powerful, all-encompassing fear of whatever huge man is shaking her, and all other fear slips away, and she just like, what? And now you've got her in your hands.
Yeah.
So she'll be able to talk to you a little more on your next turn. Combat must continue.
Great.
Cool. Okay. No shadow demons spawn this turn. Yota, what are you doing?
So he's got her awake and aware and all that shit, and
Yeah.
she's sort of right.
Yes, she's still
Yeah.
she's still terrified, but
Right.
you've managed to make her terrified of something more productive.
Right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was distracted for a moment. Did you ask her any questions, Maharib?
I didn't get a
He
chance.
didn't get a
to.
chance. We're like we can't have like a
Okay,
full conversation in 6 seconds.
Right. I grab her and like get her close so I can be right, like my mouth is right by her ear.
So the two of you, like, you run over to Maharib's.
This
Yeah,
is
okay.
an awkward
Yeah.
scene, but okay.
Calmly, but not like threatening. I say, what were you attempting to unleash upon the world?
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Okay. Hey, not bad.
She says through hiccups and like coughs, no, you don't understand. Not unleash at all. Hold back. Keep it from breaking through. We only held the window open so the Abbot Rama could see beyond, to fill himself with dark wisdom, to know what could be known. And now the chains are broke, the prayer broken, the Abbot gone. Doom awaits us. You have unleashed calamity.
What is coming?
Darkness. And she just like stares at you through this like bloodied, like there's tears of blood streaming down her face. And she just looks at you with her like eyeless face. And there's this silence in that moment of like just pure terror. Berg, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Man, I'm gonna just like that clip I linked in chat. I'm just gonna airplane style just keep slapping her. Get a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
Surely there must be a way out of this.
It's Bird, actually.
Yeah, so we got her freaking out. So there's still 3 chains that are kind of keeping stuff, but they're like dripping through, sort of.
Yes, the edges of the like there's water pouring down from the ceiling.
I'm gonna hit myself, I guess.
Punch yourself in the face. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So make your roll.
Hit myself
Okay,
in the face. And you
All right,
do max
take,
damage.
You take 5 damage to the face.
Is that half?
And you take it's if you're already raging, it's cut in half. Yeah, so it's 5, it's 6, 7, and then it's cut in half. So you take 3 damage.
Okay. Then yeah, after that,
My eyes just wander.
I can't
and
get
I'm
over how
just-
stupid that is.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. I love it.
You know what? It's a solution to keep the rage going.
Yeah.
Berg, I think he's like yelling at the others, like, "What are we doing?"
That's a great question.
Waiting, according to Ramus. That's his father
Ramus
is
like,
coming back.
Hold. Okay. So Berg, you punch yourself in the face. Do you want to do something with like holding your action, or?
Yeah, I'll hold my action to hit anything that comes through, basically.
Yeah. In case more demons spawn. Yeah. Okay. All
Just
right,
wanted to start that
Ramus.
rage first.
What would you like to do?
I say we leave. He will get what he wanted, which is all the darkness he ever could need. And then the shadows will become her problem, not ours. It's her camp. And we head out for our mission.
Why would she send us here during this ritual? She, so wise, knows what might happen. Perhaps she wanted this. I say we need answers from my father. And I say, you let the spell go and we hold him.
If we leave, eventually this barrier above us will collapse. And darkness will come pouring through and kill everything in here, including your father.
What are you gonna do with your turn, Ramus?
I will move myself next to the door and hold action.
Okay.
If any demon spawns, I will hit it with Sacred Flame.
Okay. All right, so you like fall back over here somewhere towards the door. Okay. All right. Maharib, it is your turn.
I'll drop the woman. I will let go of her shoulders and drop her back on the ground.
Okay.
And kind of like joining in on the conversation, look to Ramus and say, if we leave, his father will die. I cannot do that to Yota. Surely you understand why. It's his father.
The problem is, I don't see how we won't die. I saw briefly what's on the other side, just horrible things.
It's
I
Yota's
have a feeling
decision.
these shadow creatures are only a tip of the iceberg. But it's your father, Yota.
It's his decision.
You can decide.
I won't make any of you stay, but I'm going to. I need answers, and if my father is still in there somewhere, I will redeem him if it kills me.
Last thing I do on my action if I can, is look to the woman and say, is there a way to restore the chains?
She's like sobs and is like, I don't know.
She's probably just here to chant. She
Yeah,
doesn't know this.
it was
shit.
her job to. It was her job to chant.
Yeah.
Chant the third harmony.
All right, that's the end of my turn. And I also moved
okay.
towards the door.
Okay.
Next to Ramus. I'll move myself.
Okay. All right.
If I'm able to freely speak, I know we're still going like turn order and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you can be shouting to each other while this stuff is
Berg
happening.
would say to Yota, like,
so you'll stay here and risk becoming with the darkness. Just for your father. He's made mistakes. Don't you do the same.
And as if to add to your point, Berg, as you're shouting this to Yotazo, more creatures congeal out of the water that is pooling around on the ground.
Oh God, great.
Cool. That's what they're gonna do. Yota, it's your turn.
Ramus' spells go off, or his sacred flame goes off because he's holding it.
So he's already concentrating on a spell, so I don't think you can hold action for a spell.
Oh, yeah,
you have
that's
another
right.
one because it
Ah.
uses
Yeah, I wouldn't have
concentration.
done that.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I figured I know what your priority is.
Mhm.
Yeah, Yota, what would you like to do?
What does it cost to drink a potion?
It's an action.
Fuck. Okay. Well, shit. I mean, if the immediate threat is here, so I'm gonna jump at the first one, like the one that's closest to me, right here.
Okay. You shouldn't
And-
have anymore. There we go.
And fucking start swinging the big wine jug.
Okay.
I'm waiting here until my father gets back. You all do what you like. I won't hold it against you.
All right, do it.
Oof.
That's a hit.
13? It is
Yeah,
hit.
13's a hit.
10.
Okay.
Next attack. That's a
Oof, that is not a
crit
hit.
fail. Yep.
Yep.
And let's see. Fuck, I'm getting low. I'm gonna do one flurry.
Two more attacks
Yep, there's
Nice.
one unarmed strike. Yep.
for 9. Okay.
And one more. Fuck me.
dude. Another 1.
Jeez.
I'm flustered. I'm really flustered.
Okay.
It's been a day
Berg.
for Yota.
Yep. Berg. It's your turn.
go there and attack.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, 15's a hit. Yep. So 10 bludgeoning and then another 7. Roll that d6 plus 5. Another 14. Okay, great. Yeah. So Berg comes like a fucking train with its headlights blaring right up behind this creature that you're fighting, Yota, and starts smashing into it with the hammer. You want to take another swing there, Berg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get him. Okay, you kill it.
Yeah, so as Berg is doing that, he's yelling. I'm not going to yell because it would hurt my head.
Yeah.
but he's yelling at you like,
Yoda, don't make this mistake.
like smashing in
Yeah,
between.
like, come on.
We need to move.
So at the end of your turn, Berg, there are remaining chains, but it cannot hold on 3 of 5. And there is a sound. It's almost like a peaceful sound, like glass chimes being rattled together, like ice cracking in spring. And above you, the pool, the surface breaks, and a torrent of dark water rushes into the room. And this pool is like 20 feet across. So it's like just a massive wave of water gushes into the room. And as it crashes down, we hard cut outside, and we can see the building, right? We see the benefactor's estate, and we're seeing it from a balcony in the inner sanctum. And standing on that balcony in the shadows, a servant holding a parasol over her head. We see Gravedirt, and she's wearing something like akin to a dressing gown, like something. She's not in her full like regalia, so she's just wearing like
you
a
can
black
say umbrella,
silk.
Adam. It's okay. You don't have to say parasol.
Black silk. An umbrella is for keeping rain off your head. A parasol is for keeping the sun off your head. So, fuck you.
Oh, okay. Saul, I should have known that. Saul is in the word.
Thank you. So she's wearing like a dressing gown, and she's standing next to her is Sen, her son, and she's just like gently like stroking his hair, and the two of them are watching, and he looks at her and he says, "What's going to happen, mother?" And she just says, "Quiet, Sen. Just watch." And inside, I need everybody to make like strength saving throws as the torrent of ice cold water gushes into the room and
That's my shit.
blasting everybody around. Okay, 16, 18. Okay, 10, 22. All right, Ramus, you are knocked down. So you are just like, you're blasted by the water. You're knocked off your feet onto the ground. The shadow demons are now no longer distinguishable from the torrent of water that's like gushing around into the room. So you can't. I mean, you don't really prioritize fighting them here. But everybody else, you're blasted by this ice cold water. It hits you in the chest, swirls around. And it doesn't seem like it's leaving the room. Like it's swirling around the door, but it isn't like rushing out into the hallway or anything. Ramus, what are you gonna do?
I will stand up for half a movement.
Okay.
And then step behind me into the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna try to leave the room.
Yeah, try to leave the room.
Okay. So first, how many are there left? 1, 2, 3. Okay, you get 3 of them. 3 of these shadow demons get to attack you as you try to leave the room. What's your AC?
19.
Okay.
Yep.
1, 2.
Nice.
And 3. Okay. All right. So you feel these like hands like tearing at you as they try to like grab you. And then you need to make an athletics check to fight the current, to stand up and push your way out of the room.
10.
All right. No, you can't make it. You can't move. It's swirling around you. I think Maharib, you can see Ramus struggling, right? He's not physically strong enough to like get himself out of the room. And he's like staggering in this water that's quickly rising.
And bonus
Maharib,
action, bonus action, I will swing the spiritual weapon into the pool.
Just like at the water anywhere. Okay, yeah, do it.
I imagine it just being like a kid
Sure.
splashing someone in a pool because he's pissed off.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So the weapon just smashes into the water, and yeah, I'll take that 9 force damage into account. Maharib, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Can I grab Ramus and pull him out of, like, if I walk to be out of the room, you're gonna make me roll an athletics check, I'm assuming. But
You can make an athletics check. Yeah, make an athletics check to be able to move.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to make a
strength or something to grab Ramus.
I think like if you'll have to make another athletics check to try to drag Ramus out of the room.
Okay.
Yourself.
Here's the first one then. 14.
14's not enough. No.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to do then. That's the turn.
Okay.
I mean, if that's my action, then
All
that's
right.
the turn, yeah.
You can that's just to see if you can move. You can still take actions, but there's like Ramus. You're like reaching for Ramus, and he's too far away. The water's swirling around you.
Let me read this real quick.
So basically, we're like inside of a whirlpool, right?
Yes, yeah. It's not spinning in any like specific pattern, but it's all churning and smashing against itself.
Okay.
Can I still make an attack?
Yeah, you can just attack the water. You can
I
attack
wanna.
the dark.
Okay,
Do
I'm
it.
gonna attack the water. I'm gonna attack the water between me and Ramus.
Okay.
Let me ask you if I can do this bullshit that I want to do before I do it. I want to attack the water
Yeah,
next
bullshit.
to Ramus, and then I want to use the superiority dice to make a maneuvering attack so that Ramus could be flung outside of the room through the maneuvering attack.
No, you'd have to attack Ramus. Like he's not fighting a target, right? So it's not like you're freeing him up. He's surrounded by the water. So imagine instead of just one creature, he's got creatures like all around him,
Right.
like grabbing at him, and you all do all the time. So yeah, you can maneuver him, but it's not gonna work.
If I attacked Ramus,
in
could
the-
I
in
do
the
it?
way that you want. No, you have to physically grab Ramus and like throw him or pull him out of the room.
Spirit through Ramus to just fling him outside the room. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you could knock Ramus unconscious and throw him over your shoulder, but you can't. You yourself can't move. You're stuck in place right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn. I don't have anything to do.
It was a good thought, and in any other case, yeah, that would have been great. But it's just that this is a weird
Yeah.
amorphous enemy that's like all around you.
I'll use a second win just so I'm topped off
Okay.
for
Yeah, that's a
whatever
good call.
Yeah.
Okay,
D10 plus 12. What?
so I'm gonna make 4 on the Shadow Demon turn. I'm gonna make 4 attacks, one against each person. I'll just do them in initiative order. Yota, miss. Berg. That's miss. Ramus, I think is
It's
next.
miss.
Yes.
18 is miss, yeah, and Maharib.
The old hit.
Good thing you topped off. So you're gonna take both of these. You'll take 17 and
22.
5 psychic damage.
Okay.
Okay. Yota, what are you gonna do?
Fuck me. Does there,
The room
so
is
that's
the room is swiftly filling with water.
okay.
It's like up to your chest. now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's no other recourse than to get out or drown. So I'm gonna take like all of my movement to fucking get out. And
Make an athletics check.
if it helps, where is that? There it is. Okay. Take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and your jump distance is doubled for the turn. Would that even help? Like step of the wind?
No, your movement.
Okay.
The fact that you can move quickly helps, but it's
Okay.
not like, yeah.
So make athletics. You said
You gotta make this athletics check to like free yourself enough to begin moving. So start there, and then we'll see.
perfect. Do we have a DC so I can fail it by one?
I haven't said what it is yet.
Oh,
but
okay,
you can
okay.
Go ahead and make the roll.
Oh, double crit.
You get it. It's not more than 20.
Okay,
So
good.
yeah, you can move.
All right. Then I will zip over to like out the door or out
Yeah,
of
I mean,
the deluge.
It's difficult terrain. So you
Okay.
you're like, what do we say, like 30 feet. So if can you move 60 feet in a turn?
If I take the dash action, right?
You move for, what's your movement rate?
50.
40? It's 50. Okay. Move for 25. And then move and then dash for another 25. So yes, you can.
So that's 50.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. You can get out. You're fine. Well,
Okay.
you're not fine yet, but you're
I thought
okay.
you said 60.
As
Oh,
you,
that's-
well, no,
oh,
and
I see what you're saying.
then, so that's like across the whole room, right?
Gotcha.
So as you leave, same with Ramus, as you are trying to leave the room, the demon storm gets to make a barrage of attacks on you. You get that 17 armor class. Here we go. 1.
Oh, the demon storm, like inside the room.
Yes, it's like as you're leaving the
Okay.
room, it clutches at you to try to keep you in the room.
That's a
So that's a hit. And I think you go down. I think you get swept back into the room.
I think. Come on, Adam.
So you try to. I didn't look at your hit points. So you get to the edge, and you're about to move through the room when the storm takes on claws and tears at you, and you both see Maharib and Ramus. You see Yotazo sucked underwater, disappear. Which is fine because at the end of this turn, the room fills completely. And we cut to the external shot again, and we hear Sen's voice. He says, "Mother, look, something's happening." And the windows, all at once, the windows of the benefactor's estate shatter. Dark water gushing out in streams, but instead of gushing out onto the ground, it becomes ribbons around the house, a swirling net of these ribbons until eventually a sphere of this dark shimmering water appears around it. And then the sphere collapses in on itself, leaving a bowl-shaped indent in the ground where this building used to be. So, thus ends your spell, Ramus, your banishment spell, because you yourself have been shifted elsewhere. So all we see is...
Can you say that one more time, please?
This sudden... Listen, so there's this... Where you guys used to be, where this building used to be, the benefactor's estate, where that used to be, there's a crater. There's like a scooped out like bowl, as if the ground were part of a sphere and the bottom of the sphere was cut out.
Like the Terminator time travel.
Yes, yeah. However, it's not empty. Kneeling in the center of the sphere with cut off like chains hanging from his pierced limbs, we see the Abbot Rama kneeling, and he's just like, yeah, stunned, kneeling in the center of this empty space. Meanwhile, the group of you find yourselves in a room that looks like a washed out, desaturated version of the room you were just in. There are no chains. There are no monks. Whatever strange shadow creatures were here the last time you were here, Maharib, they are gone. There is a faint white noise sound that eventually your ears will get used to and you won't hear anymore, kind of howling through this room, and you all feel a faint chill. Yotazo is unconscious. There's no reason for us to track turn order anymore. What is everybody going to do?
Damn, it chilled me so hard I zipped out of the call.
I'm immediately shouting, Ramus. What?
I healed Yoda to get him up.
Yeah, like as you're doing that.
Okay.
Ramus, this is where I was.
Ramus, can you make a religion check when you cast the spell?
Sure. 15.
Okay, cool. You are allowed to cast the spell. Your prayers are loud enough. And yes, and you can heal. Yeah, Maharib, you're reunited with your shield, which you thought was lost forever.
Yeah.
It's lying on the ground just over there.
After I say that angrily to Ramus, I like walk over and there's like a gusto to picking up the shield. Reunited at last.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
God damn, you stole it from my mouth. Damn it.
I assume, Berg, you let your rage subside.
Yeah, until we figure out what the fuck's going on, because it doesn't make sense to just be hitting myself in a shadow realm. It's just even weirder.
I mean, everybody has their own reactions to trauma, and if yours is screaming and punching yourself in the face, that's self-care takes a lot of different forms. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just asking, like, Ramus, where are we? This is where I was while you were fighting. So, any ideas?
know?
Oh, I know. I'm just asking. Do you have any ideas?
Yes. I could bring us back, but only 3 of us.
Limitation on the spell, I take it?
Yes.
This is my fight.
I've already been here.
I'll stay behind if need be.
That's foolish. You'll die in a day or two.
You You're not immune. I see you hurting.
You see like a little like cut right here, my arm. I like look at the three of you
Shadow
like,
damage.
just fucked up.
Ew, that was smart. That hurt.
Stupid to try to elect
Also-
one of us.
Well, I agree. I mean, that's the last resort, of course. Hopefully. Well, Ramus, what can you get two of us? Say Berg and Maharib, and then after a time, me and you.
If resting here works,
Well, then let's make camp. We're not leaving till we know.
but before we do that, I say our need is great. Try one thing.
Per day.
Yeah. I'll go upstairs to see if there's anything. I like walk past you up the stairs as you start to do this.
I just
Well, so what stairs? Where are you talking about?
I'm leaving the room to go upstairs.
Oh yeah, there's no stairs. You just got to leave you go back into the shadow version of the house of Yota's like childhood house.
Yeah.
So you can go back into that. The only exit from here is the hallway with the
Oh,
lights.
okay. Well, then the
They seem
hallway,
to be
not
they
the
seem to be
stairs.
off. Okay. Yeah, so you push aside the curtain and the hallway is it's like they turned off all the lights. The mirrors are hanging tarnished and gray, and as you walk by one, you have no reflection. Meanwhile, though, Ramus, you want to try to use divine intervention?
yeah, I call out to the fire to bring us back to our realm.
Okay, make a religion check.
14.
Okay. You can you can try. You can make the die roll.
16.
Oh, fuck.
Close.
That's really close.
What is it? Is it
no divine
15 or?
It's his level, so it's
your level.
11 or lower.
Oh, okay.
no divine providence in this realm. Yeah. So, Mahari, what are you doing?
Seeing if there's an exit. I don't know what happened outside, so I'm just walking until I can't.
Yeah. Okay. So we follow you. We follow Maharib out, and you walk through the hallway and back out into the main room. And the main room before had all these plants in it, but this room doesn't. This room, this big like opening hallway, the architecture is the same, but instead of all of the orchids and the plants and stuff, you see furniture, though it's dusty and old, and you can see spider webs on it. There is there's a fine painted portrait up on one wall, and it's a painting of a young Gaja and a man and a woman, male and female Gaja, but they have their backs turned to whoever made the painting, so it's just like their back. So you see them turned away from the painting's surface, and it's been painted in like 3 colors, right? Gray, black, and white.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the door. There's the big opening, and it's got the wooden door shut in front of it.
Yeah, I will open the door to look outside.
Okay, yeah. So you open the door and you step out into the.
I don't step out. I open the door.
Okay, so you just open the door and look out. Okay, so we have the camera goes past you and reveals the vista beyond. So we would see the monastery, but it appears to be in a strange state, right? It's like crumbling from old age, as if it was abandoned 100 years ago, but nothing has grown. There's no vines growing up over it. It's just like it's crumbled. You see the sun tower has fallen down into the rubble and into the sludge, and above it, hanging over everything, hanging over the black leafed jungle and the sort of drab kind of gray and brown stones, is this massive dull green sun, huge, but giving off very little light. Like you can stare right at it and you can see its corona flickering malevolently. It takes up most of the sky, like maybe like 2/3 of the sky, this huge green orb, and it just hangs kind of like weakly in the sky. This is not the son of the Arcana. And you see no one. There are no souls in any direction. You see only desolation and silence.
Okay. I will shut the door. I will lock the door.
Yeah,
Good choice.
Yeah. And then I will lock the door if it has a lock on it. Like hit the deadbolt. And then you said there was a bunch of furniture, like chairs, wooden chairs?
Yeah.
Okay. I just like grab 2 of the chairs and I start making my way down to the hallway, down into the room where we were.
Okay.
And so I guess I get back to the group. I have chairs. I walk past and like I slam the chairs down into the center of the room to make like kindle, like wood to burn. I start a fire. I think I like turn back to them and say, we should rest. We're not where we were, if that's not already clear.
Is this where you came when you disappeared?
Yes, but I did not go outside like I just did right now. And we're not in our world, I guess. It's the simplest way to put it.
I'm going to look.
So the fire that you light, Maharib, the flames are again like very desaturated. They're like a pale orange, and the fire gives off light but no heat. Like you can pass your hand right through it without feeling anything. Great.
Okay. Yeah. So I think my hand is like literally in the fire, as Iota says. Like I'm going to look. And I just look back at him with my eyes wide open and say, "For what? We have our exit. He's right there. We just need to rest."
I want to see.
Do as you want. Just don't get lost.
I turn and go.
Okay.
Taking all
So
the sights
Iota-
and yeah.
So in a way, Iota, the house that you are in feels more familiar in this version because it seems you don't need to make a perception check for this. This is something that's clear to you. The house is in a dilapidated version of the last state that you saw it in. Like to the point where maybe you walk by a door and you notice that the frame of the door is still like cracked or splintered from where your father slammed it in anger after an argument you had right before you left. You two walk by what should be a very familiar portrait that your parents had commissioned by a famous artist. But it's backwards. Like it's a painting of your father and your mother and your back. The place has.
They're not facing the painting.
They're
Like,
not facing the
outward?
painting. Yes.
Oh.
It's like someone
you meant
someone has
just mirror
painted their
flipped.
the painting isn't flipped over. They're facing away from the painting.
Oh God. Okay. Curious,
So,
sir.
yeah.
Curious, sir.
Yeah, and so you emerge into this room, and and then you come to the door.
Pretty soon we'll start talking and it'll just be backwards talk.
Yep.
How do you know you're not talking backwards already?
Yeah.
Yeah, did I not tell you this episode was co-written by me and David Lynch? So yeah, he helped me out with this one. Me and Dave, we co-wrote this one.
Good wine and hot. I'll open the door and take a look outside.
All right, you see a piece of cherry pie sitting on a stool. So you open the door and it's the same thing that I described before. Take away. Imagine time having passed, but no growth being applied. Right. So it's simply entropy, simply decay, simply degradation. The mortar of the stones coming apart, the stones sliding into the mud stagnating. The sun hangs above you, bloated and enormous and green like a boil, staring down at you with its unblinking, burning eye. And all around you, at once familiar and unsettling, the landscape of the monastery in which you grew up.
Can I do a religion check to see if there's like a name for this land, like the Negaverse or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
legend.
make a religion check.
Okay. 18?
No. There, you have never heard of such a place.
Okay.
And I can tell you it's not because you failed.
Yeah.
The answer to your question is no.
And is there any sound of anything? Like wind?
Just the hollow wind just blowing through this place.
So there is movement of sort, like a wind movement.
Yes, yeah, you can feel it.
Okay. I sniff around at the air to see if there's any like cooking, death, burning, anything.
Yeah, make a perception check.
22.
The air smells of ash and dust.
I'm gonna sit on the porch for a while.
Yeah, right. You just like settle in for a spell.
Yep. I just sit here and kind of just take it all in and fucking like, well, I mean, well, how are like the Duke boys are in a jam? How are they going to get their way out of this one? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting like thinking.
Okay. All right. So meanwhile, inside Berg, Ramus, and Maharib, you have this this like fire, this heatless flame. Sitting around it.
Berg's probably staring at it, not knowing, like, he just every now and then putting his hand through it. Resting.
Yeah.
I think after like a long moment of silence between everyone, I like turn back to Ramus and just say, so this spell you're going to cast,
I need to test it on someone first.
Berg, you want to draw straws? I look around. Pebbles, I don't know. I'm gonna volunteer
Flip
it, unless you
can flip a coin if you wanted.
Yeah, I look around, like grab a pebble and toss it, and then reach in my pocket. Berg, which side do you want?
It's
All right, and I like flick it up. Do you want to roll it, Adam? Since we're both.
We don't need to bother. You flick it up in the air and you catch it and you like put it in your arm, and when you move your hand, the coin is standing up on your arm.
You just I make that. I just go. Well,
Yeah, Berg's probably like,
that didn't work. Ramus, pick a number.
Got it.
Berg, wait, between 1 and 100.
Wait, between what? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, not just any number.
Just
That'd
any
be-
number.
74.
Berg's trying to pick a number.
This is
So what's the
also-
idea? What's the idea here? Is that like one
Whoever gets
you both
closer.
pick a number and then
Yeah, whoever gets closer,
Okay,
the
so
other one goes.
okay. Oh, I see. So Ramus picks the number and the two of you guess it.
-10.
So
The
Ramus, so hold on, Ramus. As you go, when you go to recall the number, you're like the number is, and then it's gone.
Anyway,
It just pops out of your head. Just
the number is 3.
What was I thinking about
It's
again?
like-
I can't.
Ramus,
Yeah,
the
you're like,
Want me
number.
to
What?
remember something?
Yes. What number did
No.
you choose?
Why?
number was a duck.
You're trying to.
Oh, number.
Yes. One of us is going to be
Okay.
tested by this spell. We're trying.
I
to
don't
be-
care. Why don't you just? You won't be harmed. Most likely.
Berg, do you care?
Do it.
Yeah, we both put out our hand. Ramus can choose.
If this works, you should be back in our realm, but we may or may not be able to follow you right away. It may take a day or multiple days. It's hard to reach the fountain from here. Talk to Gravedirt and see if she can help bring us back. But we'll owe her a favor, another one.
I think me and Berg both look at each other and we're just like, understood.
The chance
Why
this
would
won't
she
work either,
help us?
but I'm going to try.
She might have been the one that made this happen.
I think the spell goes off on whoever Ramus cast it on.
Is
Okay.
13 enough, Adam?
It is not. It is not. You
Oh,
cannot cast this.
fizzles.
Cannot cast this spell. Yeah. You say the words. You say the words. You make the sacred hand seals, and nothing happens. Only the howling of the shadow wind responds.
Just a fart.
Yeah.
Did you cast it?
They're both standing there with their eyes closed. Like, did it happen?
As I said, it's hard to reach the fountain from here. I casted it, but didn't happen.
Can you try again?
Yes. And I could send both of you if you want.
You're gonna stay here stuck with the Ota.
You can go too if you want. I could stay here by myself.
Hmm.
I have a feeling I'm the one she cares about.
It does make sense for you to stay behind. Cast it again. Choose at random. It's up to you.
Yota?
Do I hear that?
Yeah. You hear shouting from inside. You hear your name.
Okay. Coming. I go.
Do you want to go back
Visibly,
with
like,
them?
just like
or stay with me?
downtrodden, like crestfallen.
You want to go with them or stay with me? Until I can bring the rest of us back.
I will stay.
Very well. And I'll try again.
Oh,
Mhm.
23.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a 6th level banishment spell on
Okay.
Berg and Maharib. And the wording of the spell is that if the target is not native to the plane, they get sent back to their home plane permanently at the end of the spell. At
Okay.
the very end.
So yeah, your logic is sound. You made the rolls. But this place is sealed from planar travel. The creatures that dwell within this place cannot leave, and by normal means, you cannot access it. This is a place that should not be. And so regardless of where you are from, regardless of your magic, and I applaud your cleverness. This is a very smart move. This place cannot be traversed by spells.
Fuck it. I'm out of here.
Well,
Have fun, guys.
No, I feel like Dumb and Dumb. Like, you can't triple stamp a double stamp. Banishment should work. You can't do that.
well, boys, we're here for a while until we can find a way out or someone gets us out. Because I felt that should have worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything about that was like completely sound. But didn't work.
All right. Well,
Fuck.
suppose we're resting, and then we'll start wandering
Remus.
about.
I have a question. Remember when we were discussing the key that you threw away and I retrieved to heaven? The door you heard of was far away, is that right?
Yeah, decent day's travel. Decent travel. Take us weeks to get there.
The one I heard of was close, was here, somewhere. If this place is a dark copy of the place we came from, it seems like it is. Perhaps they have archives, libraries, books. Maybe we can find a trail. Maybe through the door to heaven, we can get back to our place. It's a long shot, but it's the only thing I can think of.
It's actually very clever. But as
Maybe
with
you
this
can
place,
ask.
we don't know where it might lead. But we have no other choice, do we? We're stuck here.
Maybe instead of trying to move us, maybe you can ask Kevin for the location.
I would have to have seen it myself to know, to lead us there with heaven's guidance.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. I thought you could commune with your god or gods and ask them where it is.
Well, it's kind of limited communication. I can ask very basic questions.
Anything that'll get us close. For example, is it within the monastery grounds? And then ask something bigger or smaller. Something of that nature. I don't know. I don't know how it works with you and your gods.
Well, we can ask 3 yes or no questions. And all we'll get back is yes or no answers.
I would ask, is it within this distance? Or so on and so forth.
I say we rest here and you think hard about the 3 questions you want. These have to count.
I will take a week and think about them. I will. I'm going to explore. It seems like this is a reverse of the place we came from. Paintings on the wall are not showing the face; they're showing the backs of what should be.
Almost like a mirror of what.
No, not like a mirror.
No.
Like, if I was in a painting, imagine a frame around my face. Now, and I turn around, that is what I am seeing.
I think I just walk outside of the hallway, grab the painting, and just put it in front of frame. It looks like this, Ramus. It's right here.
That's very, yeah. I would totally be like, Mom, that's see.
It's hard to explain, but not the mirror image, but the back of the mirror.
It's like
Ramus,
it's the back.
It's right in front of you. Stop, goddammit. It's not complicated.
Why do they face away from the frame?
I don't
It's
think
weird.
I don't think they did. I think whatever this place is, it is the opposite of the place that we were in. The reverse. There's many words you could put in that place. The
I
sun
do
is
want to
different.
explore with you.
Now, is there a place, Adam, close by
Yes.
with like chiseled, like I know there would be like chiseled words or anything like that, like an engraving or a plaque or something like that, so I can see if like the words are fucking flipped around to, or I can actually, you know.
The religions of the Court of Swords world are predominantly iconographic because they're shared across language barriers. So like so that you can share the same religion with someone who you don't share the same language with. So most of that stuff is presented either orally or in iconography.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna check Dad's office then.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, you head to the office, which in this version of the universe is not burnt up. And yeah, there are books. It's like all these books and scrolls and stuff.
I open the first book that I see and see if I can read it.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Gaja.
The alphabet is Celestial, but you do not understand the words. Like it's gibberish.
Some sort of dragon person here that could read all the words.
If only we knew somebody with that kind of magic.
Yeah. So you're saying the alphabet is familiar, but the words are not.
Yeah, you recognize the characters, but you don't recognize them in the configuration. Like it's like
trying to read Spanish.
Yeah, or like it'd be like deeper than that, but it would be like how there's probably some similarities, but you don't.
Okay.
You recognize some of the characters, but not used in that way.
Does it look the same as I remember it, or does it look like it's been through 50 years of decay since the last time I was here?
Super decayed. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. Well, research is out then, son of a bitch. Well, I'm gonna grab a book and take it back to the people, to our gathering, and say the languages. I recognize it's like someone took letters that I recognize and just threw them on the floor and made sense out of them. Ramus, can you read any of this?
I glance at it. Like I don't even read Celestial. Sound.
Yeah, it's definitely not Elvish. You just see a bunch of squiggly characters.
Is it Celestial?
The alphabet is Celestial, but the language is not.
Oh, well, I can read Celestial.
Yes. So you recognize like that's the character for person, and that's the character for tree, that's the character for horse, maybe. But like they don't make sense. They don't make words. It's the same. Actually, you'd have more context for it than anybody because there's no written Orcish. Orcs use the Dwarven alphabet, which they inherited from their masters, to write their own language. And this seems to be the same. It's you recognize the characters, but you don't. Yeah, you don't know what the words mean.
Yeah,
I know some of that. No idea what it means, though. Turn the
I will
book
continue to look
upside
and
down.
see if there's anything recognizable about this place that's not obvious. And basically, I'm going to go back to the office and try and like go through Dad's cartography stuff, like his maps and shit, and see if there's anything recognizable, or it's all just fucking gibberish, like land shapes. Like, oh, I recognize this river and this mountain, like where they are.
Yeah, the maps seem like you don't recognize any of the characters on them, but the maps seem more or less how you're like, okay, this is the Court of Wands, this is the Court of Swords, this is like, you know, the Jade Peninsula. Like you recognize this stuff.
And well, before I leave, I tell the crew, like, I'm found my way to the office that was sealed in the other realm, in our home realm, and it's not sealed here. So that's where I got the book, and I'm going to take just a little bit of time to look through the stuff before I collapse from exhaustion. But I will make my way back here before that happens. If you need me, just call.
Will do.
I leave and I go look through all this shit and see if I can't puzzle out a fucking way out of here or how to piece together this goddamn language.
I'm going to try and sleep.
Very well.
Maybe sleeping here is staying awake. I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah, you've appeared in Rand McNally, where people wear shoes on their head
Yeah.
and hamburgers eat people.
Adam, does the language of giants have any written words? Like, does it have a written language, or is it all verbal?
Oh yeah. You inherited like modern giant is to some long lost ancient language as English is to like Sumerian. Like you could track
So I could still
the
write.
iteration of the characters back. Yeah, you can write in. There's a modern giantish.
Okay. I'm just gonna write my name.
It almost. I think your people are the only people that ever use it.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna take my hand axe and then use the like blade of it to carve my name in giant on like a wall, and just see what happens.
Cool. Well, now everyone who comes here to this weird negative energy plane will recognize that Maharib was here.
If they speak in giant,
If they speak giant, yeah.
Yeah.
You deface the wall with your signature.
it's normal. It's not.
Yeah,
reversed or anything?
nothing changes about it. Nope.
Okay. Then I'll use the
Yeah,
blade
you,
to like.
you
file
write
it
for a
down.
good time. Call Ramus at.
Yeah. I'll use the blade of the hand axe to like file it out. And then I go back to sitting on the fire. I think Ramus, you said you were gonna wander some more, or are you gonna stay here?
Yeah, I was wanting to explore the place because it's fascinating to me. This realm.
Yeah. Do you want to go take a look? Do you want to take a look outside?
Yeah, I wanted to like walk around and see how
since-
note the differences and stuff.
Yeah, since we're coming up on the end of the episode, I think we'll close on Ramus. So Ramus, you walk down the hall towards the foyer, towards the entrance, and you open the door and you step out and you look around you and you see the abandoned vistas before you. You see the crumbling walls. You see the great and terrible dull green sun. And for you, this moment fills you with a sense of peace, as if being embraced by the parents you never knew, as if seeing the face of a loved one you had almost forgotten. And there, under the dull green light of this strange sun in this weird place, you feel finally what you have never felt before in your whole life. You feel that sense that everyone has always been talking about of like oneness with the universe. You feel you truly belong here, Ramus Krill.
Oh,
Welcome
fuck.
and that's it. That's where we fade out.
Man, that was a
Great.
good fucking session.
That was a D&D ass session right there. Let's do some shout outs and then we'll
That was-
see how little XP we all got.
D&D
Sorry.
AF.
Yeah. Max, do some shout outs.
Hi, I'm the guy on the internet, Max. I'm sorry, guys. I've been very hungover this entire episode, so I want to apologize for that. Hopefully, you still enjoyed everything else that the others brought because they were on their A game. But I do play a character that doesn't talk a whole lot, and he's pretty dumb. So it works. If you guys enjoyed the episode, yeah, wait for the next week. And if you want to see any of my stuff, check it out there. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way. I think I did. Thanks, guys, for watching. Sorry again for being a hungover douche.
It's all good. Zeke, some shout outs, sir.
Yo, everybody, thank you very, very much for watching this show. Man, this gets better. This gets better and better, man. I'm so confused and excited. I mean, it feels like the first time that, you know what? Never mind. My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube @/Ezekiel_III. I want to thank Dan, Max, Adam, and JP for making this a fucking highlight of my highlighted my weed every weed. If you want to see me, I will be broadcasting. I'll be doing drop frames tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then an hour after that at 2 p.m. Pacific. After drop frame gets over, I will be doing a new role-playing show. We had our first show last week, and it's fucking fantastic. It's so exciting and weird and wonderful, called Nocturne. It's on twitch.tv/table story if you want to check that out after drop frames. And then if you want to check out just me playing video games, I've had my first cast of Resident Evil 2, the remake, and it is brutal and fun and tense, and god damn it, it's a great fucking game, and I'm having a blast. That will be at noon Pacific on Thursday. So thanks, and follow me everywhere and subscribe and shit.
There you go. Mr. DansGaming, some shout outs, please.
Hi, I'm DansGaming. Friday streamer, currently in between games, but I'll be playing some by Far Cry tomorrow and then Anthem on launch on Friday when they release the day one patch. Another fun episode. We did nothing I was expecting to do today other than talking to the... I was not expecting to get whipped into a different dimension. That was insane. And I can't wait to get to next week and figure out where the hell we are and how we're going to get back home.
Yeah. Adam, do some shout outs.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm Adam Coble. I am the architect of this madness, though you can never really plan for what the players are going to do. I'm really excited. This is a literal and metaphorical corner of the Court of Swords that I've been waiting to kind of spring on the players for a while. So it's neat that we ended up here, though I did not expect it today. So I'm going to have to do some prep between here and next time. You can find me and all the stuff I do on Twitter @skinnyghost or twitch.tv/Adam Coble. If you don't know, after every episode, we do a Q&A, a little Q&A thread over on community.itmeJP.com. So I put together a thread for that. So go and ask me questions, and I guess I will see all of you tomorrow for Far Verona.
Sounds good. Let's do some XP.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone really got XP.
0. No, I'm just kidding. Let me look. I'm going to actually look. So, my dear friends, I had all these encounters like prepared with like dwarves and like the mountains and shit, and I was like, well, you know, I guess this is how it's going today. I'll just wing it. I'll just wing the whole session. Okay, character goals. Here we go. So,
I mean, what did you expect? Like, you gave us a fucking seance. Like, Jesus.
You never interrupt the ritual. They're in the middle of something. And I even said, we'll talk about this in the fucking post show. I have some words for you. So let's see. No, Ramus, you did not pursue or achieve any of your goals.
Nothing. Not even close.
Maharib, same thing. Yota, I think
got
you
all three.
Well, I think you didn't confirm the existence of the door to heaven. Or
no,
really
I worked towards
that.
all three, is what I'm saying.
I don't know about that first one. You did work towards having it out with your dad and breaking the spell your father was under. The grave mistake that, well, we'll talk about it in the post show. The third, remind me to explain to you the failed thinking on that third one. You couldn't have known, but it was when you said what your goal was, I was like, oh no, this is going to make things very complicated. What level are you? 11?
You talking about bring dad back to himself or whatever?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
What's your what level are you?
He's 11. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's worked towards 550.
You get 550 twice.
Okay. So 11. Cool.
Okay. And then Berg. I think you worked on finding a way to overcome your fear. I think you're pretty close to like resolving that one. If you have like some conversations and like do a little more like, you're 11 as well, right?
Yep.
Level 11. Okay, so that's 550. You tried to protect Yota from his father's corruption, so 1100 for you as well.
Cool.
friends.
All right, that's it. We will be back next week, as we are every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for more Court of Swords, and we'll explore the Nothing Verse, the Void Verse, I don't know. We'll figure out a name for it, or Adam will have to tell us. We'll see. So we'll see you guys then. We're gonna go record that post show over at patreon.com/post-show. Nope, /roleplay. That's the one. I skipped some words there that were vital to that sentence.
It was important. Yeah.
Thanks again. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.